I know you took the money. Don't even try to deny it.
But I didn't.
Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Blackish Focus, where every story reminds us that dignity has no price tag and justice can rise from the most unexpected places. Stay till the end, because what starts as humiliation in a bank will end as one of the most powerful lessons in respect and equality you will ever hear. And when you finish, tell us where you're watching from and what you would have done if you saw it happen. The doors of First National Bank of Riverside glided open with their usual quiet confidence, the kind that came from marble floors, gold-plated counters, and people who believed money decided worth. Rebecca Sterling stood behind the manager's desk, posture sharp, perfume stronger than her sense of empathy. When she saw the old man walking in, a frail figure in a flannel shirt, worn jeans, and muddy boots, her smile froze into something brittle. "Sir," she said, her voice coated with artificial politeness, "this is the premium counter. You'll want the regular one down there." Samuel Jefferson didn't flinch. His back was bent from decades of farm work, but his eyes still carried the steady light of quiet pride. "I'm here to make a deposit," he said, placing a canvas bag on the counter. Rebecca's nose wrinkled. "A deposit?" "Yes, ma'am. $847,000. For a moment, the air itself seemed to pause. Then Rebecca laughed. "You expect me to believe that this," she gestured at the bag, "is real money?" When Samuel opened it, the smell of soil and leather drifted through the lobby. Stacks of $100 bills filled the bag. The sound of rustling cash drew the attention of everyone nearby. Rebecca's expression hardened. "Where did you get this?" "My farm," Samuel replied simply. That was when she snapped. "Get this dirty old man and his drug money out of my bank." Her voice cracked through the marble hall. In one sweeping motion, she shoved the stacks of bills off the counter. They scattered across the floor like fallen leaves. Phones came out. Cameras rolled. A live stream began. Rebecca didn't care. "Crawl for it, old man," she sneered. And so he did. Slowly, painfully, with his knees protesting every inch, Samuel knelt and began to gather his money. His hands shook, not from shame, but from the weight of 50 years of work, 50 years of sweat, rain, and faith that honest labor still meant something. Behind the velvet rope, customers whispered. A young woman filming whispered to her viewers, "She's making him pick up his own money." Comments exploded on the live stream. "This is disgusting. Help that man. Hashtag respect your elders. Hashtag banking while black." Rebecca straightened, preening before the cameras. "You see this," she said loudly. "This is why our bank maintains standards. We don't serve criminals." Her assistant, Patricia Williams, stood nervously beside her. "Miss Sterling, maybe we should." "Quiet," Rebecca snapped. "Call security. And get the drug test kit." As Samuel bent to retrieve the last bill, something slipped from his pocket, an airline ticket from San Francisco to New York. Rebecca ignored it. She was too busy playing queen of her kingdom. The security chief, a graying man named Thompson, arrived. "Miss Sterling, detain him," she ordered. "We're calling the feds." Thompson hesitated. The man before him didn't look like a criminal. His movements were slow, deliberate, and full of quiet dignity. But orders were orders. Rebecca's voice rose again, sharp and theatrical. "We'll test every dollar, every inch of that filthy bag. Then we'll see what kind of farmer you really are." Samuel looked up, calm as ever. "Young lady," he said gently, "how long have you worked in customer service?" Her laugh was loud and cruel. "Long enough to spot trouble when I see it." He nodded. "Then I suppose we should handle this properly." The drug tests began. One bill. Negative. Another. Negative again. Every test came back clean. Rebecca's hands began to tremble. "This is impossible." "Maybe test your own hands," Samuel suggested. The crowd laughed softly. Phones captured every second. Rebecca's face turned crimson. "How dare you?" Before she could finish, a young businessman stepped forward. "Miss Sterling," he said quietly. "Do you know who this man is?" Rebecca glared. "Another criminal sympathizer?" The man swallowed. "He's Samuel Jefferson." The name spread through the lobby like lightning. A murmur built. Samuel Jefferson, a woman whispered. The farmer? The one who built Jefferson Agricultural. Rebecca frowned. Who? Samuel smiled faintly. Just a man who grows food. The banker scoffed. You expect me to believe. Then his old flip phone rang. The sound echoed through the silent hall. He answered. Sarah, this is Samuel, he said calmly. Yes, I'm at the Riverside branch. It's time. Activate Protocol 7. Rebecca blinked. What did you just say? Samuel looked up, voice steady. Activate a full forensic audit of this branch. Effective immediately. A hush fell. Thompson froze. Patricia's clipboard slipped from her hands. Who are you? Rebecca demanded. The young businessman spoke softly. Miss Sterling, he's one of your bank's biggest clients. Jefferson Agricultural Holdings. They supply half of California's organic produce. Rebecca's knees wobbled. Samuel continued his call. Margaret, this is Samuel Jefferson. I'm at Riverside. You'll want to see this yourself. The name Margaret landed like a hammer. Everyone in the banking world knew Margaret Torres, the CEO of First National Bank. Rebecca's face drained of color. You called the CEO? Yes, Samuel said quietly. She'll be here shortly. 10 minutes later, the rhythmic thunder of helicopter blades shook the building. A sleek black chopper landed outside. Through the glass doors walked Margaret Torres, poised, powerful, furious. Mr. Jefferson, she said, her tone firm but respectful. I came as soon as I received your call. Thank you, Margaret, he replied. I'm sorry to interrupt your board meeting. The board can wait, she said sharply. Her eyes turned to Rebecca. This cannot. The crowd parted. Phones recorded every second. Margaret's gaze was cold steel. Miss Sterling, she said. Do you have any idea who you've just humiliated? Rebecca's voice trembled. I thought he was. You thought wrong, Margaret snapped. This man represents 28% of our commercial portfolio. His company banks over $89 million here quarterly. And you threw his money on the floor. The silence that followed was deafening. Samuel stepped forward. Margaret, before we talk business, we should talk dignity. Then, softly, he began outlining what would become known nationwide as the Jefferson Reforms. 7 steps for fair banking, built on respect. By the time he finished, Margaret was nodding. Approved, she said. Then she turned to Rebecca. Miss Sterling, you're terminated. Effective immediately. Patricia wept. I'm sorry, she whispered to Samuel. Learn from it, he said gently. That's what matters. 3 weeks later, the same lobby gleamed under a new plaque embedded in the marble floor. Every customer's dignity matters. Every dollar represents dreams. Samuel returned quietly, his flannel clean, his canvas bag in hand. The new manager, Maria Rodriguez, greeted him with warmth. Mr. Jefferson, it's an honor. He smiled. Just here to make another deposit. This time, no one questioned him. Every bill was handled with care, counted with reverence. Around the bank, employees worked with pride, treating every customer, rich or poor, with the respect they deserved. Across the country, the story spread. Laws changed. Banks adopted new policies. The Jefferson Standard became a nationwide code of ethics. When reporters asked him what he learned, Samuel said simply, "Dignity isn't about what's in your wallet. It's about what's in your heart." If this story moved you, remember, justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it stands quietly, picking up what others tried to scatter. Subscribe to Blackish Focus for more stories where truth wins and dignity rises. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from, and what would you have done if you saw Samuel Jefferson that day? Because respect isn't earned by power, it's proven by how we treat the powerless.